This is Lori Midson. I'm a food hack, aka food writer. I was just told that I screwed up my lines, and you're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hello and welcome back to the show. This is a
my.
great show tonight. Chef Elise Wiggins here with us, and we've got Chef Elin Wenzel. We like to learn together, Elin.
Yes.
And this is cool. Is that one of your Element knives right over
Yes,
there?
it is.
This is Elin Wenzel from Element Knife Company.
Hi,
You
Elise.
liking the knife?
This is sexy.
Is it a
you.
good one?
I want to take it home with me.
We can make
I
that
know
happen.
it belongs here.
I think we could probably arrange that. Thank you for
Thank you.
supplying us with
Oh,
the knives
yeah.
in the kitchen. As we continue, this is cool, the Urban Farm at Stapleton. And Kim Downing is the board president, and welcome to the Modern Eater Show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having
So
me.
great. Just to catch you up, because I know it's hard to hear in the kitchen,
Yeah.
we just basically set the lay of the land, and we met a couple of folks here, Michelle Graham, the executive director, and we also caught up in that last segment as well. I think that was Joshua, the gentleman that does the aquaponics and the hydroponics. So
Yeah.
cool. So Kim, you've been with for a while with the farm.
Yeah. I started with my kids, age 7, coming to the farm to ride horses. And they're now 24. So I started as a volunteer and just fell in love with the whole concept and watched how the farm raised my kids with me and just saw how important it was and wanted to share that with a lot of other kids in Denver.
How'd you meet Chef?
Oh my gosh. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
When you were at the you were a sous chef, I think, at that time, and you had done a
No.
You're like,
I've been
no.
a chef for a long time.
sorry. I think you cooked at Harold's house. You did a dinner for us.
I did
You
for one of
cooked
the board members.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where it was. It was a board member of the farm, and that's how I met her the first time. And then soon after that, like, she circled back, especially after I opened up Cativella in Stapleton, which is 5 minutes down the road from her. She came in and we just started talking about what they were doing and what they want to do and like want to grow the farm and stuff like that. And she has such a tremendous passion for this. And, we have a lot of people with philanthropies that come in all the time, and I want to serve everyone. But Kim, I mean, talking about like walk the walk, talk the talk. I mean, she lives and breathes this thing and like truly loves it. And she's like, come to the farm. Let me take you on a tour. I want you to see what we do and understand the program. And I fell in love. And really, Kim she wasn't a salesperson. She's just so passionate about it that I just naturally gravitated to it. And I was like, how can I help? What can I do? I want to support you. I want to buy your products. I want to do whatever I can to help you. And so, with the show, I was like, I have to do an episode on, what you're doing. And I want Kim to talk about like what they do. It's being a nonprofit. Yeah, we're talking about farming and ranching and stuff, but like truly the lessons for the children, which is what they do,
Right.
what they focus on. So will you tell them about it?
Yeah, I would. The farm is so unique in that it has, we teach 5 character values in every program that we have. And those 5 character values are caring, curiosity, responsibility, respect, and grit. And those are really, really important and very well thought out character values that we really encourage.
Life lessons.
Yes,
Holy
and what
cow.
so kids are having so much fun, but they're also becoming really good citizens by learning all of these very basic principles about how to be a good citizen.
And stewards of the earth.
Exactly. So
Yes.
my one thing that I'm really concentrating on this year that I think we've lost sight on is respect. And it's respect for yourself. It's respect for other people. It's respect for your animals. It's respect for the plants, and it's respect for the land. And if we can all share in that respect, then everybody thrives. And I feel like that's a really important lesson that we need to help kids understand in this age. I
Agreed.
think it's really
agreed.
important.
I mean, I got that lesson as a child at 6.5 years old. Like, my dad was like, you need to know where your food comes from, and I'm going to take you out, and we're going to go hunt. And, before I even pulled the trigger, he made me understand that we don't waste life. We don't take life to take life. We take life because we need it. And then we use everything to honor the animal. And their program does that. It's not you walk into a grocery store and you get protein in a cellophane package and not understand where that comes from.
Right.
And there's so much waste. I mean, there's so many shows now and there's so many programs now about waste of animals and waste of food. If people had to do that on their own and they had to take a life that they raised, you talking about like a profound impact of zero waste policy that would have for everyone if they had to do that. You know, taking a life and processing it is emotional, and it's nurturative, and it makes you think. You're pensive after it.
It's real.
It's real, and most people that go to the grocery stores, I'm glad you said that, because they have no idea what reality is. You know, they go in, they get the chicken, it's in the cellophane, it's my meat, that's what I get. But there was a process. What happened to that chicken? How did it eat? How did it live?
Absolutely.
You know, is it good for me? You know? And so their program is doing that. And that's why I just feel so strongly about it.
It's not the food in your life, it's the life in the food.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
I mean, I believe in that so much, and it resonates with me to where this is beyond the thought process of like responsibility and obligation. This is where you come to terms with that, and you're to a point now of where it's servitude and honor. You do it because you have that servitude and honor and feeling towards, I'm going to respect what is happening with my body, my food, my connection to the earth, my gut.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, well, I mean, you brought me into what I love right there. And Roots to Ranches, let's not forget, I mean, you're going to tune into this show, and I'm like #1 fanboy right there.
Right?
I mean, I love it, the connections here with the show. Roots to Ranches, man. I mean, you got to Google it.
I can't wait to see it.
It's so cool. Chef Elise does such a great job. Let's do this, guys. A lot of times, and we'll do pop-up dinners here and there, and it's cool, but the underlying message, there's a message behind a dinner you guys are going to put together, and what better than libations and food and community, but there's a learning process, and you guys want to teach people through food and maybe a concert, I don't know, but let's talk about what could happen this summer. Is it this summer you want to do a dinner?
We're hoping, I mean, well, no, we are definitely going to do this. We've got some lots of ideas.
Irons in the fire.
Yes, irons in the fire. Some really good stuff. So the core of it is that I'm going to be doing a dinner with them where I use the animals that are on the farm, all of the vegetables, herbs, all that kind of stuff that are raised all on the farm, and we're going to create this amazing community dinner that we want everybody to come in, buy tickets. You can be on an episode. The episode's focused on the urban farm, and then you're going to get to eat all these amazing ingredients that come from their farm. And we're hoping that there'll be some extra fireworks. There's something special that we're hoping that's going to happen. Regardless, it's going to be an amazing dinner, and all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, will go to this amazing program.
Oh, fire. First ticket right
Exactly.
here. Sold right here.
Exactly.
#1 ticket. Guys, how can we learn more information about this?
Yeah, so stay tuned. So you can either go to Cattivella. I'm working closely with Kim on this. We're going to try and get some final details. We should know this maybe in the next week or so, hopefully.
Stay tuned. It's in gestation.
Yes, and then you can either go to Denver Urban Farms. The Urban Farm. I always do that. I always mess it up. The Urban Farm, tough. The Urban Farm. Or you can come to Cattivella. You can go to, you can contact me, Elise Wiggins, or just Elise at CattivellaDenver.com. Or just call us at the restaurant at Cattivella.
We're planting the seed now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And when you see it growing and about to harvest, just jump. You know it's there. It's right there.
It's going to be amazing.
On the horizon. I love it. Thank you. Blessings. I mean, seriously, thank you so much. Need more of that. And that's the inspiration. I think it's contagious. I really do.
I do. I think we're in a big movement now.
For sure. It's going to be a big year for them.
Hey, Jay Parker over here. I just wanted to put in 2 cents on the Roots for Ranches because we watched the first episode.
Yeah.
And when you dedicate it to your father towards the end of it and you start choking up as you do it, first of all, it choked me up, right? And it's a beautiful thing to see that because you can see the connection between you and your father. Yeah. And then listening to you talk about the urban farm at Stapleton and the values you learned from your father, and then listening to Kim talk about the values that they're teaching the young kids over there. It kind of, I'm just seeing like
No,
the big circle of like, no matter who's teaching you
it's
the
a
good
deep
values,
connection.
That's what the youngsters need to know. They need to know those values going forward.
No, for sure. I mean, like, you know, that's why I think that I'm endeared to Kim and what she does at the Urban Farm. Is like, it is indicative of what my dad taught me, my grandparents taught me, everybody taught me my life lessons. And when I got to meet them here in Denver, I'm like, I have to do something with you. I have to support you.
You wouldn't be able to live with yourself.
This is what more people should learn about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truly.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, from farms to beer. Why not, huh? Last segment of the show, we have to loosen up a little bit. It's been a great show.
Well, you have to talk about the crawfish a little bit more.
Yes, we do. We got a lot to talk about. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so buckets. I mean, you know, my family friend Wes down at Buckets in South Louisiana, like, here's his T-shirt. You can see Buckets Crawfish Restaurant. Wes Hilborn, I mean, I had such a good time going out in his crawfish ponds. I will tell you, anybody that ever sees him and that watches his show, you have to ask him what happened when I got too hot during the filming. I fertilized his farm.
Finest hour.
It was so hot. It was so hot. And we call that future bloopers for Roots to Ranches. But I told him, I said, if you have a bumper crop this year because I had salad that morning, you have to pay me.
That's right.
But these guys were amazing. And again, you know, Grade A Crawfish, they also help support that. And we had such an amazing show. So if you're down in South Louisiana, you have to go to Buckets and in Pineville, Louisiana, and go say hi to my family friend, Wes Hilborn also. He's such an amazing guy. Just good man.
I don't have
Good
very
people.
lofty goals in life, but that's on my bucket list. Buckets. It's on the bucket list.
Hey, what's cool is that their lighting is all upside down buckets with lights in it. I was like, who
Why
thought of that?
wouldn't it
His wife thought of that. I'm like, that's brilliant. Buckets, bucket light. I got it. You know, it's brilliant. Saved a lot of money, I'm sure.
That's marketing 101.
I didn't get that one.
Thank you, Ms. Downing.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate it. It's the Urban Farm at Stapleton. Get more information. Google it. That's usually the best way.